Yay! We have transcoding. Hi all, and welcome to the stream. Yes, indeed. Why am I in here with no buffs? Oh, yes. I was horribly murdered yesterday at the end of the last stream. So of course not. Of course you don't have any buffs. Dear me, silly boy. Fancy not remembering that. Right, okay, so there's a few buffs done there. Let's do a little social mediaizing. Yes, indeed. Yes, Bookface and Discord and all the other things. No, that's not the thing. Where's the thing? There we go. One of those. Sector 42. There we go. Oof. Discord done. Has a I have a Facebook notification. Oh, nice. Right, okay. There's one. And there's two. I was almost going... I made a start on the new tiles. The new acoustic tiles for the other walls. Well, the ceiling, more accurately. But they arrived at 5 o'clock. So, yeah. Started moving stuff out of the way and went, oh god, yeah, I've got a stream soon. What am I doing? I'll go and, when we get a few more on, I'll go get the box and show you all. Probably not during HodorRaid, though. Let's get back to Rubikar. There you go. HodorRaid. Tell HodorRaid. Join. Sky Cannon 2.0, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How the devil are you? Are you well? How you doing, Heather? Krat just got into a neutral org. A little neutral crap. Is that Savik's org or something? We have a little time before HodorRaid actually starts for Sector 42. Yeah, I was messing around with the acoustic tiles arrived. And... oh god. Forget how dark things get on the old engine. The plus 10 is up, by the way. Show the young woman your wrist. There we go. Someone's probably just handed that in. Talk to channel, clan OCC. There you go. Spread it around. I'm in Borealis. By the Wampers. Oh, there you go. Let's get some dailies. Might just have time to get them done before the beginning of Hodor. Not entirely sure. Ensleric, hello there. Hi there, how you doing, Ensleric? Welcome to the stream, good to see you. Yes, I was going to start earlier and try and get the beast and, well, Pandemonium, iPand, Real Pand, you know, fish. Or is it big box, little box, small something fish? I don't know. I can't remember. Is the freelancers back up, or it is nice. Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. That's it. Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, it's good to know. Fizzgrim, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Zinzig, welcome to the stream. I have the wrong shirt on. For Zinzig, god damn it. Good world. Good evening, world of... oh, wrong stream. Yes. Good evening, world of tanks. Except it isn't. It isn't world of tanks because... yeah. Yeah, I'll try and join it. It's been and done, I think. I'm looking at Hodor now. They're bidding on Intelli, so I think it's done. Might just have time. Might just catch iPand, I don't know. No, I think they're on the way. I think both are done now, because it started at an hour ago. I couldn't make it. I had a box of acoustic foam turn up and everything at the same time. Yeah, Hodor break before... let's go and have a quick look. Soon find out, won't we? They're auctioning off. Can try. Yes, I can. Yes, I'm pretty sure if I jump down here, we'll see some of them over there. There you go, just talking away there in the time-honoured format of Anarchy Online, which is via typed messages. Like, I have never actually tanked Sector 42, and you do need to know what you're doing, otherwise problems happen. Freelancers think, well, yes, we'll go and get a Doja. There's a start. Daylight 97, welcome to the stream. Now we've got a few here actually, just bear with me a second. Hello, you can hear me again, huh? Yes, look what came like 5 o'clock today. Yes, indeed. Yes, there you go. Welcome to Watch Carla Struggle with a big box in a small room. Yeah, the box that isn't heavy, it's just big without a lot of manoeuvring room in here. So yes, the other acoustic tiles arrived about an hour ago-ish. I was going to make a start on it, thought I'm never going to get them all where they need to be in an hour. So no point starting right now. Because I'm going to have to take the speakers, the monitors and everything off the desk. So I can stand on the desk to do the job, you see. Siljar Russell, welcome to the stream, but they're here, so they'll be getting done. I'll get up early and get started on them tomorrow. I've got all day to do it then, and it's not a massive problem. Oh, it's lovely being able to cast all my buffs without having to go get something else. Stepladder would be safer. It's a solid surface. You're not allowed to loot these remains. Oh no. Because I'm teamed for Hodor. Yeah, I had to stop and think for a second. Wait a minute, cross off your actual name and address off the bloody label before you dox yourself on Twitch. Never mind. There you go. I think maybe it was. Yeah, so I'm attempted to install acoustic panels in my workshop, hoping the high-pitched noise from the machines won't echo in the walls. It would help. It would help. But it depends how much dust is there in your workshop. It's a full-size barn. You don't need to cover every inch of a wall to reduce its reflectivity. It might be cheaper to just use rock wool. If you put rock wool up and cover it with acoustically transparent cloth, which isn't that expensive. I mean, weed barrier would do. That would do the job. You'd get a lot more coverage as well like that. Might not look as pretty, but it would certainly work. And it'd be warm in the winter. And you should wear ear protection with machines that make loud whistling sounds. That's the quickest way to lose your hearing. Stuff like that. Should use ear defenders or similar. Definitely use ear defenders or similar, I would say. Yeah, look after your hearing. Because not having it would be horrible. And also loud noises like that can cause tinnitus, which is possibly even worse. You're not allowed to loot these remains. The heat is not a problem. We've got 2 racks of servers. Take air outside and spit warm air into the barn, even when it was minus 28 degrees centigrade outside and no heating inside the barn. The room temperature was 23. So I should heat your house with those. Bend from the knees, absolutely. You want to save your lower back? Bend from the knees. Your legs will take, what is it, 80 times the weight your spine will, bending over. Before your legs start to suffer. Something like that. It's Daylight probably knows. He deals with all that stuff. Yeah, rock wool, the actual branded stuff, is for sound treatment as well. In walls. It's what it's for. So, you know, I want to get it in here, but it's not cheap in the UK. I don't know what price it would be for you, so because I don't know where you live. But rock wool is the go-to for covering large areas like that. Some studios put double layers, so like 6 inches thick. Like, you know, one panel that way, another panel that way, kind of deal. Batten to the wall, and then cover the walls with a transparent fabric, like weed barrier would actually do it. It would keep all the fibres from ever coming out into the air. And you just cover parallel surfaces, so the 2 walls and then the ceiling. But if the floor is like, what's the floor in the barn? Is it just a dirt floor, or is it concrete or something like that? Is it cement? About $3 per square meter. I'm not sure. Let me quickly have a quick look. But this is better for what I'm doing, which is stopping a small room sounding boxy and everything else. And you can hear the result, because you hear me over it. It just sounds like I'm in a radio station somewhere. You know, this is what they use. And the stuff in the corners you probably don't need in a big barn. You need it in smaller rooms. And it's to stop bass builds up in corners. I mean, it's obviously going back and forth, but it gets louder and louder and more dominant in corners and stuff. Is it birthday today? I got my birthday presents from my family. Is it this weekend? Was it this Sunday or next Sunday you said your birthday was, Sky Cannon? Yeah, the only place I can get rock wool The proper stuff is from Wix in the UK. 100 by 400 mil. It's about 36 for a pack. And it is for sound, really. It will keep you warm in there, that's for sure. Rock wool. Oh my god. That's a long url. Is that clickable even? But yeah, I was debating whether or not to buy that for the ceiling, but it's getting that, which is much heavier, to stay on the ceiling. So it's 1.2 meters, which is that 4 foot or 2 foot? I think it's 4 foot. Yeah, it's like half an inch shorter than, yeah, just under 4 foot by 39, just over 3 foot by 1 point. Yeah, and 400 millimeter. It might not be the right stuff, but yeah, something like that. Yeah, near as damn it 4 foot, yeah. I put my cup in the cup holder of the truck and it makes it much louder. Yeah, that's the reason you have ported speakers and everything else. So all the sound from a speaker, from the front of the speaker, moves out in 180 degrees like that. Most sound does, depending what's making the sound. But speakers, human voices, instruments, all of that, it's all coming out in 180 degrees, or sometimes a little bit more than 180 degrees, yeah? And when you put it in a cup, that happens. It bounces off the walls of the cup, zigzags its way out, and then comes out. So none of the sound is being dispersed into the ground or the floor of the truck and the furnishings, which is all the bottom, all the furnishings, the door panels, all have acoustic treatment in them. Otherwise, you'd sound like you were in a rattly tin bucket. Yeah, I mean, a good thing on Rockwall, I mean, some people DIY a vocal booth by building a cupboard, like the size of a walk-in wardrobe, like 4 foot by 7 foot by 4 foot, and then cover the inside of it with Rockwall and some kind of weed barrier or something transparent, acoustically, type fabric. And you've created a whisper room, a vocal booth. What I've done is create a hybrid system. So I've got the bass traps, so I don't have to be inside a tiny box. I can be in a normal kind of room environment, with the bass traps and the complete wall being covered behind me, in front of me, and these two sides here. With all of those done, the only reverb is actually coming from the hallway, which you don't really hear anyway, because the sound from there comes in and hits the curtains over here, which are quite heavy. So it sort of comes in and it's got nowhere to go. Yeah, you can make an iPhone or any phone louder by taking the inside of a toilet roll, the cardboard bit, cutting a slot in it big enough to put the phone inside, and putting the phone in it. That will make your music a hell of a lot seem much louder. It's actually the same volume, but it's being focused. And also something like something that's acoustically rigid, that is like a piece of cardboard like that, isn't that different from what speakers are made out of. So it does, yeah. Yeah, rock wool can be pumped in. It's like making candy floss, but out of glass instead of out of sugar. But the upshot of it is sound just can't get through it. Takes all the energy out of the waveform, so sound hits it, goes what sound can, gets through to the wall, and then starts bouncing back, much diminished. And by the time it gets to the surface again, there's no energy left. So it's, you know, it's all hunky-dory. What was my other mission? Enigma dogs. I made so the phone stands with a loudspeaker on it. Without the speaker, it would just be sound reflection inside the material, both printed plastic and made out of wood. Yeah. All the speaker is doing is creating waves in the air. So, the way cars are made, they've got sound damping material in under the carpets, they've got it in loads of the cavities and everything else, because otherwise you get in that car without it, and oh my god. Well, you've heard the inside of rally cars and things like that. That's what it would sound like in your car without all the acoustic treatment on the floors and the walls and everywhere else. No, you use the CNC machine. Yeah, aren't you supposed to wear ear defenders when you're working near one of those? They are incredibly loud machines, you know, with the things spinning up. I've seen the big expensive ones where it can change the bits itself, so you can switch out to any size tip on it or any particular tip you might want, and oh my god, they're not cheap. Bottom line is thermodynamics, universal heat death. Well, yes, but, you know, what I'm trying to do is to stop waves bouncing around this room. And I've pretty much succeeded. As soon as it's on the ceiling, that's it. It's kind of done. The only other thing I could do is build a secondary room inside here, and it would be like I could turn the gain up on the microphone until you could hear my pulse. So turn it up louder than your ears work. And it would still be incredibly quiet. Oh, the energy from the sound, well, some of it will be dissipated as heat, yeah. I mean, it's kinetic motion in a medium, isn't it, sound? It's a wave moving through material. So what you do is change the material. When it hits a wall, the wall's so rigid that it just bounces back off it. What you do by adding the tile is the sound hits the wall, most of its energy tries to make the little tile vibrate, and gone. Yes, but you creating sound, you nattering about sound is creating more heat. Yes, hot air machine. Enigma dogs. I've overshot, have I? I has overshot nattering about it. Well done, me. You want a sarcasm emote? I need to make one. I need to make tier 3 sub emotes. I've got people. I didn't realise that there was different tier subs. So I need to make emotes for them. And then I was thinking of moving Athrox to tier 3 only, Because then you'd be able to use it on Discord as well. Where's my dude? There's my dude. You make a sarcasm emo and I'll sub tier 3. Sharks and oh god, there's just tons of stuff, isn't there? So Sky Cannon, your actual birthday is next Sunday, is it? Have I got it right now? Sunday the 20-something. '21st. Yeah, right, okay. So we don't forget. Yeah, it's not a cold, it's just general winterness, I think, there. Nothing to worry about. Happy birthday in the future, then. You let me turn 21 in a few hours. Yes, like what I'm turning 21 again. You will be on the 22nd. Oh, there you go. I am on January the 6th. I don't know if I'll be streaming on that day, actually. Is that stream day? There's December. Thursday. Oh, I'm having a night off. Good, I can get drunk and things. Come on, Enigma dogs. I can see balls everywhere. We have lots and lots of balls. But no sign of any dogs. Yeah, yes, I am aware you can do this mission without dogs. As long as you kill the balls, it's just usually a lot quicker with an Enigma dog. Oh, time to blow the nose. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah, you can't talk properly with a snotty nose. Doing you guys a disservice. I think I'm just going to have to manually kill these damn things. It's snowing there right now. No sign of snow here. It's still about 13. It's about 14 degrees during the day here. So doesn't really feel quite like winter yet. Apart from, you know, the leaves are off the trees and such. It was so evil. I was buying cigarettes and a friend of mine working in the store that I'm trying to find out how old I am was asking me for ID just to... It's been a very long time since anyone ID'd me. A very long time. Open pet. Follow me, pet, and have some buffs as well. There you go, have one of those. Yeah, I'm 53, there you go. I'll be 53 in January. I make no secret about it. I don't care, it's just a number, it's just that my high score so far will be 53. It's the way I look at it. You're 49. 49 again, or just 49? Ball, come to me. So someone wanted to know how old you are, and they abused their position to find out. $56.38. Forever 21. Old enough to buy everything I want. There you go. That's the one that matters. Forever 21. Attack my pretty... It looks like I'm not going to get my dailies finished. Starting to select tunes and such. We must find... Aha, we has found. Yeah, but the person who did this, I met at a party from maybe 20 years ago. So he did know I was old. It's not good. Usually, you can tell when someone's past 20, can't you? I mean, usually. Especially the older you get, it gets harder to tell. You start going, pretty sure. You know, it's like I'm at the age now where I go, a policeman getting younger? You can't be the headmaster at my son's school. You're way too young. Dropped pin. What? Dropped pin? So what did you do there then? I thought you were typing out your age in to the exact decimal places, but it was map coordinates. Should have spotted that. Come here if you like snow. Ah, right, okay. Lots of snow there then. Looks like you're getting another dose of fatty balls tonight for Sector 42. It's a blizzard. I can't see more than 10 feet. Oh, my favourite driving weather at night. Doing 5 miles an hour and you think you're doing, you know, you think you're in hyperspace on the Falcon. High beams. How many of these things have I killed? It's not updating. Yeah, I'm going to have to do shackles and all that kind of stuff, though. Which is fine, it's a mechanic. It's needed. This must be the last ball now, surely. I haven't had a single system message. Is it because I'm in a raid or something? I hope not. Because I've been here for 10 minutes doing this or whatever. No, I didn't put him on follow. No, I did talk to the dude, yeah. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. No, that's attacked by. Right, last one I try, and then I'm just going to relog anyway. Come on, ball, where are you? Yeah, there are some you can't do in a raid, yeah. Hey, let me talk to the guy. Yeah, that's it. It's got to be. Right, I'll log the crap. Sorry, my little friend. He's quite cute, actually. There's no way his neck could hold his head up, though. There's just, nah. Now, where did I leave him? I left him where he should be. At the guild hangout. I need to get Ash's specs as well. I think you need to write a theme song for Fatty Boars. I don't know. I've never really tried doing comedic stuff. So, maybe, yeah. Suit of the Mockers. Oh, yeah. Do another pet while we're here. Have a backup in the inventory ready to go. A store on the internet named Penn Island, and they decided to not put a space in. Yes, I've heard of that. I has heard this this thing before. I thought it was like you know, a bit of a internet myth, but no, apparently not. It's a real thing. Greater Gunslinger. Greater Gunslinger? Where's Pistol Mastery? Why have I got baby nanos? Oh, Pistol Mastery's only 40. Greater Gunslinger. Oh, there's... Oh, I thought Mastery was a higher one. Oh, there you go. I thought maybe it was just, I'd used this character and not had,
all these nanos or whatever on the old engine, and that's why the prefs were not correct. But I think they should be, because I swapped out them all over. Daylight's redeemed hydrate. I'll try. I know I got typos in English, but even I... how did they not see that being a problem? Now, does Fatty Balls have the... Oh, wait a minute. Does Fatty Balls have all the cores? Oh, wait, he might not. Oh, that's not good. No, he hasn't. They'd be in there. There's me dashing there. He hasn't got his cores. How the hell has he not got his cores? Now, if I'd have got the cores for Sector 42, I'd have put them in there. Well, there you go. I need to farm up the sector cores for Fatty. I thought he had them. But there's no way I wouldn't have them in his sort of... Yeah, without checking his bank, but I can't imagine I'd have not. You see, what I generally do is, you know, important chisel goes in this bag. Usually. So, check his bank. I'm sure he's done the sectors. But I wouldn't have thought I'd have left something as crucial as a sector, something like that. It's not floating in his bank anyway. No, I would have left it in that bag once I'd got them all. I don't think he's picked them up, you know. I don't know why. Because he certainly... I never used to do HodorRaid with this character. This character's from 2015. So... I wasn't doing HodorRaid then. Wasn't really streaming then. Well, I did 1 or 2 streams, but it's before we got the faster internet. Which meant I could, you know, stream at 1080p, etc. I did try, but came up like stuttery and kept recommending I went back down to 720p. I mean, for YouTube, that didn't matter. Because you can make the video any size as long as you're willing to wait around long enough for it to upload. But when you're broadcasting in real time, you need to have the bandwidth. No, he definitely hasn't got them. God damn. Well, that's a surprise. Why not check on AO? We're going to have an AOIA stream one day. You watch. I'll do it. I don't even know if I've got Sector 42 on the fixer either. Ooh. Dead man walking. Forgot that was running. That was loud then. Yes, I need to do that, don't I? Go and do a proper setup and then turn it into a tutorial later. You have to go through every bag anyway with it, though. Oh well. Is what it is. What level is Shackles? It's a nano. It's Bureaucrat Snare, quality 172, mission reward. Shackles of Obedience. What's amazing is it's a 27-minute snare. So when you use it on something in a raid, it's kind of like, that thing is staying there until we're done. That's why it's so good. Yeah, quality 172. So if you can roll 170 missions or 180 missions, you should get it. I don't remember it being that hard to get. Yes, keep casting the nanos. Gotta say, I wish I could. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice, but here's the thing: Shade and Keeper are definitely paid only. They only came out with Shadowlands, you see, and it was kind of an enticement for people to sub. Get the full game, you know, that kind of thing. And you can have these extra characters. It was also an enticement for people to buy Shadowlands, because not everybody did straight away. I mean, I remember being in the beta and thinking, feels very not Anarchy Online. This feels like a fantasy game. It's cool and everything, but, you know, it's... Yeah. Just found it on GMI. It's a hell of a good snare. The AoE Mez is a must-have as well at lower levels. It makes doing dailies in the Mantis Den bearable. Because when you do the first one, which is diggers, drones, runners, etc., when you've got the AoE Mez, you just go wherever you want to go and just... Cheapest is 10 mil. Get it? That's perfectly reasonable price for a nano that useful. It really is. I would have thought 30-40 for that. Yeah, there isn't a lot more. Okay, then, so we got AC/DC, got the drone, the belt, protector module, armor gear, the condemned bulwark. I mean, maybe the other belt, but I like this belt. Full alphas, all perks, all research, AI, and everything else completely done. I should get liquid because once we get going, there'll be no going and getting it then. I remember the first time I heard Yutto sing in AO, because I still believe it's just a high-pitched version of a famous Norwegian song. Is it? No, Yutto's they're not that high-pitched, actually. It's like... There's quite a bit of bass to it. It always made me think of Morph. It was a little plasticine character by Aardman Animations. Or, no, it wasn't Aardman at the time, was it? It was the one guy. The guy who made Chicken Run, Wallace and Gromit. He made all of those. And one of his first characters was a little plasticine dude on... what was the show? Was it Take Heart? Take Art, yeah, or with Tony Hart, or... Was it Vision On he was on as well, now and again? I think he first appeared on Vision On. And then with Tony Hart, yeah. It's going Me Etta Me, yeah. It's a song called Me Etta Me. Is it like a traditional song kind of thing? Write it in Norwegian so I can Google it and get a clip of it. Is it like an old traditional song? I might get away with doing that. Mill at a mill. Mile after mile. Let's see. Google. 1978 Eurovision. Hang on. Am I on the right one? No, I don't hear that from the Yuttos at all. Sorry, but I just listen to a bit more and it's like, I'm not hearing that. Ding, da, da, ding, da, da. That's just sort of somewhere kind of around. Yeah, it's a GCD sort of a. Yeah, it's not. It's not the Yottos. Sorry, no. There's no music. No. That link contains the area I feel they copied. Yeah. Okay, right. Hang on. You got a link for me very quickly.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Don't bugger off with your crappy adverts. Yeah, but the song is is a copy of "Make You a Star" by David Essex. You can hear it immediately. This is "Make You a Star" by David Essex. They've just copied that. Or the same guy wrote both or something. I don't know. Sounds much more like that to me than it sounds like a Yotto. As soon as I started playing it, I thought there's something familiar about that. And he's singing like a G, D, D, C, D, D, G, D, D, D. It's going to make you a star by David Essex redone. Very well, it's the same chords and melody but with different horn section. So take from that what you will. There's a lot of parallel writing in music. It's not Holy Diver. It's not Ronnie James Dio. Says Wise Guy FSB. Welcome to the stream. No, it's not. Yeah, this isn't the devil sign, right? This is to ward the devil away. Can I just make that clear? That's what that is. Go, Web, go. Everyone thinks this is like, it's to ward the devil away. Go play Yotto Song 4 in the AO sound folder. Oh my god. You've convinced yourself of this. Right. And now we will crash the whole thing. I'll play it from the other client just in case that is going to break anything. CD image, sound, voice. No, it won't be voice. It'll be SFX, creatures. What's the folder address? Yottos sound file 4. Yotto attack 4 or Yotto song 4? Right, I'm listening to that now. Right, what I can do from this though is save as. I'm going to make a copy of this because I don't want to break my game. I'm going to save it to the desktop. Right, then I'm going to close that. I'm going to open the one I just put on the desktop, because I can manipulate that, slow it down, speed it up, reverse it, anything, and it still won't sound the same as the other thing. I don't think you can hear Adobe Audition when it's running though, because it runs in exclusive mode. No, you don't actually hear it. So hang on, effect. Let's go for time and pitch. Stretch pitch. Presets. Slow it down. Right, then let's, as well as that, change the pitch. And dropped it too far there. I wish you could hear what I'm doing. Pitch shifter, let's. He goes me la la me la me. Doesn't follow rhythmically or anything else for that matter. Even under analysis, it doesn't. They said it was someone that can't sing. It's probably one of the devs went me da da me, and slowed it up, pitch shifted it. Put it through a couple of other things. Story goes, his Italian mother or grandmother, and she used to do that sign. That's traditionally to ward off the devil. Just bought the Nano for 10 mil. Yep. The emails from GMI happen on pulses. So sometimes you'll buy something and you'll get it immediately, and then other times you've got to wait 5 minutes. Savick told me that it operates on a pulse, which is why sometimes you get it really, really quick and other times you don't. Depends where you hit the pulse. So you are absolutely convinced it's a Eurovision entry from 1978. 5 minute waited 15 minutes or more a few times. Yeah, it can be. It does feel fairly random to me as well. That was one good thing in SOTA, was you could mail items between your own characters instantaneously, even bind on pickup, so no drop stuff. You could email a lot of it. Or was it bind on equip? Something like that. So you could get some really cool stuff and put it on your new tune or whatever. You know, like the purples for whatever HUD item. I can't quite remember how it all worked. I played it when it came out, and that was, a few years ago. Carrion Crow, number 1. Morning, folks. Good morning. It's early evening here. Mighty 4077. Good evening. What's going on? We're doing Sector 42 with HodorRaid shortly. Well, normally it would have started like 9 minutes ago, but it takes a while to get organised for everybody and whatnot, so... I still hear that it sings that song. Yeah, it depends where your hearing is most reactive, whether it's reactive in the low end or the higher or mid and high end. How you actually hear things depends where your ears are reactive the most. You remember the thing with Yanni or what was it, Yanni or something? And older people heard the lower range and younger people heard the high frequencies, which is normal because your upper hearing starts to sort of fade as life goes on, depending on your lifestyle, etc. But most people, like in cities and places like that, definitely, because it's just so much noise that we live with that our ears were never designed for. Traffic and industry and all the rest of it is way beyond what your ears were ever designed or evolved to work with. Like country dogs have better hearing than city dogs, and so do people generally. Better eyesight as well, and higher lung capacity. Generally, there's always an exception, All living in one big concentrated city is not as healthy as living in isolated rural communities, for obvious reasons. Pollution and everything else. But I think it's deep. I think it's psychological as well. Human beings are quite good at living in communities of up to 100. Where they can, they kind of know faces and names, and you kind of see, like where I live, it's small enough. It's probably only a few thousand people live here, but it's small enough that you can spot someone that doesn't. Because it's not a face you kind of see every so often. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Lived in London, you could spend a week and never see the same face twice on the tube, making the same journey. Who's finds cities rather lonely places, despite all the people. Where's the dude, actually? I can't see the unicorn guy. He's underneath. Oh, someone's managed to get Carlo on top of him. Well done! That's nice. Yeah, so I'm going to wait until tomorrow to start putting the tiles and everything up. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's these. They're really well made. That's 2 of them there. You see? They're quite thick. They advertise them as 2 inches max. Or... yeah. Just about. And... yeah. We're getting that to stay up on the ceiling. That's going to be interesting. Walls are simple to get things to stay on walls, but ceilings, not as much. Definitely more to think about with that. Have I joined the raid? I think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, I am a smirt. Callers. Current callers. Let's have a look. Yes, there we go. Siljar Russell. But time for a shower. You have to sing the Yutto song. In the shower now. It'll become an earworm. You won't be able to stop sort of going. It'll be stuck in your ears. Gorilla Glue. No. Going to be using Command Strip. See, there's Command Strip. I've described this before but never shown you. So, you get these, and this is Velcro, real Velcro. It's hooks on both sides, real Velcro, not foam, not hairy stuff and hooks. Like so, right? That will hold 7.2 kilos to a wall and be removable and maneuverable. So what I then do, let's get some scissors and cut it into 4 parts. And then put one in each corner and do it that way. Then one of these can hold up 2 tiles, because if you cut it in 4 on a wall, you only need the top 2. Because as far as weight's concerned, even a quarter of this is still 4 or 5. What does one of these tiles weigh roughly? Well, that in my hand there doesn't weigh as much as a tennis ball. So, yeah. So two quarters of that is way more than is needed. Plus, once it's up, if it just needs to be stretched that little bit to, or just twisted slightly, because it's Velcro, once it's on the wall, it's dead easy to get it absolutely spot on after the fact. Something like Gorilla Glue is like, it's on and it's never coming, it's never coming down without destroying it. With that, I can remove it, and if I decide I'm going to use a different room, I could take all of this down, and then I just buy some more of this Command Strip and put it up, and then come in this room and take off all the bits that are still stuck to the walls. Paint scraper, repaint the wall, job's done, no mess. Which is how I persuaded Mrs. Callos 2 to let me do it. You're not gluing anything to the walls. You're not wrecking our walls. I have a cunning plan. I said, well, if I go into a different room, I'd decorate this one for whatever was coming in here. Because originally she wanted to set up her sewing machine in here, and we had the sewing machine, and then she never used it. So it ended up being a table with a sewing machine, and like all the junk from the house that we didn't have anywhere for. That one room in the house that becomes the dumping ground for everything? It just became that room. And I said, I want to set up a studio in that, because you never use you only use your sewing machine like once a year, whereas I'm making videos every day, and all this. And she was like, okay then. So I got the room, but the acoustics were horrible in here, so... You know what you'll have to make next, don't you? Sky Cannon. Make a Froob MP so you can give yourself single moochums. Or make a paid MP, and then you can eventually be buffing all your other tunes. Do a bump log and whoosh. Yeah, so if I decide to I can keep all of this stuff without destroying it. I can get it off the wall, just like rip, rip. Comes off with the Velcro still on it. And there's just 2 little tiny squares of Velcro on the wall, which are easy to sort of scrape off, and then you could just repaint the wall and no sign of them. Bump log. Press F10 and press quit to Windows twice very quickly. Then have a client already queued up and ready to log in on the same account. And as soon as one bumps off, log in on that one. when it's stood next to them, and then just buff the character. You've got like 30 seconds before the ghost disappears, but you can still buff it. You can't team with it and give it like NCU or stuff like that, but you can buff it. No, you can't trade items or play the character. It's just a ghost on the server, but you can add nanos to it. It's a good thing. There's a couple of people in Storm who've got a little Froob army in the backyard, one of everything, so they can just buff themselves whenever they want. And we've got like a soldier, an agent, a doc, I think, a trader, a fixer. You know, and they're all just in a little line. They just go in and go buff, 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 buff. All the quick and useful stuff. The Nemra army, yes. Nem's buffing army. Yes, are you coming along, Sky? Asks Gamel 11111, and also welcome to the stream, by the way. Forgot to mention I'm just wondering if I get a copyright strike for that couple of seconds of bloody Eurovision circa 1978. Probably. I probably will. I'll just mute it. Excuse me. Yeah, we're definitely running a little late for Hodor, but I think it's maybe Alliance taking their time trying to get organised sometimes. We're only doing West, so Alliance has got to figure out who's in what team to go and do the other two. And that is definitely a bit more complicated. 20 mins, like, yeah, thereabouts, yep. My lad's playing Jessica by the Allman Brothers, which is the Top Gear theme, on his guitar that I gave him. He's definitely got ability. I don't know if he quite realises how much ability he's got that he's done that by ear. He's already learned the oh god, it's a track from Pulp Fiction made it famous again. Sounds a bit like a Jewish wedding song. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's very, very cool though. Got to get dinner ready in 30 minutes, so no Sector 42 for me. I would, well, up to you. I think I used to know Jessica. Yeah, I think I did learn. I play well. It's two different guitars at the same time. It's a harmonised guitar part, a lot of it. But I can't remember which part I originally learned. So, all right, talk to the supervisor if you can get to him. I did. I would like authorization to enter Sector 42. Do you have your data core? I do. Here you are. I accepted the mission. Please give me access. Goodbye. Right, let's see if we've done it. When are we going to do silly builds? Fairly soon. A little bit more I want to do with the Enforcer yet, before I start focusing on a different tune kind of thing. Alliance members should put some effort. I think they do. I just think because they had two sides, it was going to take a while, you know. We've got a whole list of silly combinations. Yeah, they're probably going to be daft and they might not get very far, you know, but we're going to try anyway. D Shark Solly MA 2-hand edge trucks crap you've been practicing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we're gonna make it work, but yeah, it'll be fun though. You know, even if we never nanomage pistol shade for the win. Oh good god. Yeah, it's gonna be silly stuff like that. There's just like worst idea ever for a tune. And then just see how far we can go. I mean, I'm not promising to take any of them further than 100, put it that way. But, you know. are going west. Go west, da 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 da. Go west, da 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 da. Yeah. And that song I've heard before as well. That sounds like an old marching song. Non-combatant doc only heals. That's every doc, isn't it? Ooh! Shots fired. Kind of feels that way though, eh? Are you actually doing any damage? No. No shots fired yet. The way Anarchy Online set up for docs is like, you know, you're never really going to do a lot of damage. My taste in music has always been heavy metal, death metal and Pet Shop Boys. Mine's quite esoteric. I like a lot of different things. If I hear a good song, it's a good song. I tend to like the heavier guitar music because, you know, I'm a guitar player, so of course I like to hear guitars and things, but I appreciate, you know, like a really well played instrument of any kind. You know, something that's if the performance is there, I enjoy it. If it's synthetic and made, you know, factory produced in a studio, it stands out a mile when people are auto-tuned, and it just sounds horrible to me. And it's like 99% of pop music now is just auto-tuned garbage, and people lap it up. Even when it's not done well. You know, like the whole idea of the auto-tune is to paper over the cracks. I mean, the only pop stars that spring to mind currently that don't bother with auto-tune are people like Adele, who I actually like. I like Adele. I like her songs. I think they're very emotional, and you feel like she believes them when she sings them. You know. Jeff Loomis from Nevermore. That rings a bell, but... See, I like heavy rock, but I like the jam as well. You know, some people might get some pleasure to hate me, I've enough forever. You know, brilliant, like post-punk stuff, really good, you know. And then Paul Weller himself, very cool, very good songwriter, solid songwriter. Jeff Loomis, I've heard the name, yeah. But I love Steve Vai and stuff like that. First time I heard Steve Vai, I was like, what the fluff is this? But for feel, I prefer, like, what Eddie Van Halen was doing. Who kind of, like, was a predecessor of Vai, so to speak. But, you know, it was like the whole thing with Van Halen, the guitar player, and Van Halen, the band, was amazing. That first album is, like, for a first album, you can hear the blood, sweat and tears they put in as a band. And if you isolate the tracks as well, you can hear the bleed over. They just got in there and set up and played the whole thing live, you know? There's no BS with it. And when Dave Lee Roth cracks a note, he cracks a note. They leave it in. It's part of the performance, you know? I would rather hear someone singing a bum note than an auto-tuned one. Because generally speaking, singers crack notes when they get emotional. And if you take that out of the music, you take the emotion out of the music. And if you take the emotion out, what's the point? You know what I mean? And the amp breathing. Yeah, you can. You can feel that transformer sagging like hell on low voltage. You know, that's what he used to do, was get the amp sound by just all the dials right across to 10, and then just dial it in with a variac, dropping the voltage. And he came across that by accident. When they were on stage, he said some nights it sounded better than others, and they couldn't figure out why. And it turned out someone had put put a dimmer for the stage lights. And when they turned it down, it also turned down the main sockets on the stage. So the amp was running on lower voltage. And that's when they discovered, using a variac changes the tone of the amp quite a bit. And its response curve quite a bit. But yeah, you can hear the bleed of the amp. The reverb they did by putting a speaker in a room with microphones. You know, a speaker with really hard walls. It's not that big a room. It sounds bigger than it is. But that's all the reverb on the guitar is. And some of those tracks, the guitar's just on one side. And the slight feeling that there's some guitar on the left speaker or whatever is the mics that are on the left picking up the guitar from wherever they were in that studio space. It's amazing. And when you isolate them and listen back to them, God, they're good. They are so good. And there are flaws in it, but that's what makes it good. This auto-tuned, highly polished thing, it's a McDonald's kind of a burger. It's crap. You know, there's no finesse, no feeling, it's just boom. You know, food supplement 37. It's what it sounds like. It's horrible. So yeah, pop music generally, I hate it. Because it just sounds so artificial now. And yes, I can hear when something is being auto-tuned. It stands out like a mile to me. I don't know how other people can stand it. As cocooned. I mean, I've messed around with some of the software that does it, like Melodyne, and that stuff it's black magic, what it can do, what it can change. And how subtly it can do it. With a bit of finesse and practice, you can make it sound like there was just no bum notes on the day. You know. Clicking the thingamy. And I has the thing in my NCU. Proceed. Yeah, so for that, I mean, for musical creativity and just sheer musicianship, like, I love what Vi does. I love the way he thinks about music. I find it fascinating. But something that gets me by the guts, it's like, you know, it's Angus Young's guitar solos or Van Halen's songwriting. Probably my only other opportunity to go and get some more liquids. And here's the exciting adventure that is playing a keeper at West once you finally get to West. What's the freelancers daily thing this week? Is it Dio or PvP week again? Or is it Alien week? I didn't even look when I went in on the Enforcer. I should have gone in and checked. Tis Dio. Yeah, it'd be worth doing on the Enforcer then. Here comes the Embalmer. Kill him. Kill him with big pointy stick thing that I'm using right now. Big cocoon. We don't attack the big cocoons, we only attack the little cocoons. Oh, cocoon. Right, start laying on more now. I'm keeping an eye on the tank, and his nano pool is on the floor. Which makes it difficult to tank when you've got no nano. It makes it difficult for the bloody doc as well. So you can't heal without nanos. It's awfully difficult. I've forgotten about the red dudes at this and the nano theft. It's not funny. Grab the Reapers left by the gate. Yes, good plan. Let me out, Drone Reaper, come on. worth me trying to first aid nano on the tank, because this tune uses 220 stims. Probably the only tune I've got that actually does, now I think of it. Where is the tank? In position to grab Big Meanie when he gets here. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have Sector 42 access on Fatty Balls. Gonna have to say, that is kind of odd. Anytime, Scott, you will have to take my engineer there tomorrow to get it. Oh, well, there you go. It will all come good again. Now, the excitement of waiting for everyone else to be ready. Mind you, we have got 4 teams here. So 4 teams against 1 sector is pretty easy. Versus trying to do, 2 sectors with the same amount of people or what have you. What, get all the sector cores? You need 1 from each, though. You need 28, 35, and 13. You need a core from each. More like bouncing around on their keeper, I think. Oh, it could be a tank. Nope, it's a keeper. Unicorn authorization terminated. Oh no. Now we play the waiting game. Yes, indeed. Does anybody need a Vector ND Lizard shotgun? I have several. Okay, I got to go undercover the belly off pork, so the crackling... Oh, right, I got to go uncover the belly off the pork so the crackling crisps. Sounds delicious. Yeah, we just had spaghetti bolognese tonight, so, yeah. I mean, I like spaghetti bolognese, but, roast dinner on a Sunday. Am I right? Am I right? Come on. Roast dinner on Sundays. For the win.
I miss my mum's ones. It's been over 10 years. Roast dinner every night would be preferable. It would. I would. Yeah, mums always make it the best. My mum was a really good cook. She could cook anyway. And then at one point she started training with a French chef. And she learned loads of stuff from that. But like her gravy was like OXO cube, the fat out of the roast tray off the meat, bit of flour, and like real proper. Oh my god, it was nice. I've never been able to do it, to be honest. And she's been gone, well, nigh on 10 years. It'll be 10 years this month actually. Yeah. And she wasn't cooking roast dinners, a couple of years before that. It's probably like 12 years since I've had one of those. Kind of miss them, but hey. Is what it is. We all go sometimes. The trick with the spuds, she did teach me the trick with the spuds, is you boil them first, right? Until the outside of the... So you cut them up like they're going to be roasties. Then you pot them. And you boil them with salted water just until they just start to turn, the outside is just starting to loosen. Then you take them out, and in the colander, you roll them in the colander for like half a minute, like a good 30 seconds vigorous, so the outer side gets all like that. Then you put them in and roll them in the fat, so the fluff absorbs it all. That, and then you salt them and then leave them in baking is the trick to getting the roasties really, really nice. And that's how you get that crispy outside, soft as hell in the middle. That's how you do it. She did teach me that. I mean, the amount of salt you're eating when you do it that way is unhealthy. But it's... it tastes so damn nice. Oh, excuse me. I think Sky Cannon just had a boo-boo. Somehow. Oh, you got trained. Where at? What, temple or biomare? I'm guessing biomare. Oh, in Eli. Oh. East pre-killing tower going slow. Just got 4 range, 3 pet users and a dock. Oh, God. Aye, yeah. I'm going to relay that from... Two boyables. Two bio
Bulls now. Isn't that how you spell bio? It's like a Mississippi thing. The bayou? I don't know. I don't know my Americanisms all that well. What is a bio anyway? A bayou. It's in the song, isn't it? I'll meet you, me oh my oh, down by the bayou. The bayou or something. 2 booblades to go. Some weirdness like that anyway. The waiting game of Sector 42. You can get shade run speed, it's faster, but it's a lot more NCU. 250 for on faster than your shadow. Okay, a thing occurred. Mob came in. Someone actually run in after the fact, after we started. Never seen anyone actually manage that. Because you can't sneak past the mobs. They will see you, and they do respawn as well. I have to wait because the other side are a bit low, aren't they? On range DD. Okay, with all things willing. Now I act completely fearless in the face of the Seekers. Because... Space Quest, that's why. Space Quest is watching just to spawn extra. Have to say, wouldn't actually be surprised. No, he wouldn't interfere with an entire raid. He'll decimate my character or any of my characters, no problem whatsoever. But he wouldn't screw with the whole raid. Unless it was a raid at his event, then yeah, probably. But yeah, he has desensitized me to Seekers now. They blow up, it's not that bad. You don't die immediately every time if you're on a high enough tune. That's an unhealthy attitude to take. When it comes to Seekers in Sector 42, they are to be avoided. I got level AI 8. After you said nice things to him in chat. That's why then. See, the Seekers just walk right by me. No bloody fear of him at all. If I die, I die. I don't care. Completely not the way to do this. Stand there, facing down, making sure you've got watch ward on the go. But there it is. Boss down. Did they clean up? Yeah, he went off during the raid. So that's why we went off and started doing all the ads and whatnot. Well, he nipped back to Nascents, and I was keeping count of how many of the pulsating ships we'd taken down. And he had the stream on at the same time, so we could see that I wasn't lying. So when he came back, he went, spam, 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 because we'd taken down 3, so we did like 3 straight away. Oof, 9,695 points. My God, I don't even know how many points I've got. Not that I can even pick it up on this tune because, well, they've already got one, so it'd be silly. Not sure how many points I've got now. Yeah, like none. Nowhere near enough. Yeah, he did clean them up. Well, we're about done here. I can't bid on anything anyway, so, yep, one of those. So, time to beacon out of here, I believe. I feel bad for the lobby that found one that did hide from the cleanup crew. I think he just goes into the area and just destroys everything in one go. Ooh. Oh, yes. Waiting for conversation the other side's good. Oops. I should maybe have hung around. Too late now. No, I did have a daily to finish, did I not? I didn't know they were doing that waiting, but nothing I can do now anyway, so... There we go. HodorRaid done once again. Last time we were logged off here. And none of the kills counted. Because reasons. Because I was in the raid force. which we didn't realise at the time. But I looked and I'd killed half a dozen of the bloody balls. So, yes, it didn't count them. Camel 0007. Just got the pork out of the oven and now have 2 dogs on my feet like slippers. Oh, yeah, Daddy's cutting the meat. Yep. Yeah. When we had 2 dogs, it was exactly the same, and now we got 1 dog. I just get the 1 slipper now, but yeah. Like, I stand with my feet quite close to the counter, and I just feel this warm. And I look down, and he's just got between my shins and the counter, and then he sits on a foot, you know. It's the same when I get mints out or anything like that, you know. Well, I can't see no Enigma dogs, and I definitely left 1 alive. It's quicker, killing them is quicker with the dog, but if there's no dog, you might as well just start killing anyway. One did what was that? Not had dogs by my feet when making dinner, but had 3 cats trying to climb up my legs into the oven. Yeah, that's a thing. We used to have cats as well as dogs. We had 3 cats and 1 dog at one point. And then slowly the cats got old, and you know, we never replaced the cats. We did replace the dog. Yeah, when we got her, she was already a little old. The first sort of family dog we had, you know, and yeah, I mean, she was like 17, 18 when you know, she got too poorly, and then it was like 3 or 4 months later, I was like, I miss having a dog, you know. You know, and I genuinely did have that feeling, you know, opening the front door and being like, nothing giving me aggravation, you know. And I kind of missed that sort of thing of someone being behind the door all excited to see you, you know. So we got a collie from a farm, and Mrs. Callis too picked him because she used to have a obedience training collie called Spot that didn't have any spots whatsoever. It was a collie. She called it Spot, and it would do everything for her. But she used to do the show training at Crufts Dog Show, stuff like that. But the dog we got as a family pet was completely different. Right, I think that was all of them, wasn't it? Good God. There's so much spam in the window. Report to the agency. There we go. That's what we were waiting for. And there it was. Oof, back to the agency. I like dogs. Just do not want to own one. Not mind dogs sitting and... Yeah, dogs need someone around. You know, if your work commitments and other things, you know, make it so that's difficult, then Yeah, it's not fair on the animal. Cats, though, I mean, they don't really care if you're there or not, do they? You know what I mean? If you have a dog, you are never alone, not even in the loo. Nope. Our dog is... Come on. Our dog is very much mummy's dog. He's sort of fixated on her, not me. He's as much my dog. You know, when there's fireworks and stuff, he's under my desk. Usually. I think mainly because I've done all the acoustic treatment in this room now. All the sound of the fireworks is quite a bit quieter in this room versus, any other room. So he gets under the desk here, which is another layer of kind of sound protection, I suppose. And, yeah. At your surveys. Diseased prisoner for the win. Right, let's go and get diseased prisoner. Yeah, when she goes to the loo, he's outside the door. And if she doesn't shut the door, like if it's late and it's just me and her in the house, she'll be like, yeah, I'm just going to the loo. when the kids are around, it's like, doors closed. She go to the loo and he's just like, gets his nose through the crack of the door and he's in there. She'd be like in the middle of things and, he's got a head on her lap. Going like this. She gets annoyed at him going, what are you doing? He said, I'm being a dog. While I'm flying, I'm going to have a quick pee as well, I think. All that water I've just drank has to go somewhere. Yeah, for me, dogs have... if I had a choice, you can only have either a dog or a cat. It would be a dog. Unless, I was at work 20 hours a day or something, then, yeah, it's not really... not fair on the dog, then. You've got a lovely collie called Lilu from Fifth Element. Oh, yeah. I want to rewatch that. It's on Prime, but you've got to buy it on Prime. I'm like, that movie's ancient. What are you doing? That should be free now. And the wife has a stupid... any collies are bred for work. So, yeah. We got one-hand blunt enforcer. Scorpio Shell of Change. It is a cool looking bit of armour. Interesting choice there. Yeah. Cool. A stupid spaniel with great endearment called Stupid. They kind of are though, aren't they? most pedigrees now are so interbred, so they preserve the pedigree, that they're completely bloody loopy. Hate to bring it. I knew I was forgetting a nano. I knew I was forgetting a nano. Which is the higher one? 214, 195. Didn't know I'd forgot that one. There you go. Whoever hits, you know, Malice is who he's going to aggro. One of those, isn't it? Enforcer Wars. If I can get this other HUD on, I'll do even more damage. It's not going on. Oh, because of the... Forgot. If you're going to do that, do it before you cast Challenger. Greasy hands. Let the dogs lick them. They'll lick them for you. This is why I love cats. Let's have a look. It's brought its kitten, brought a teddy to the bowl to try and teach it to eat. My baby's not gaining weight. It's a doll. My neighbours thought his name was Stupid because they'd hear me shout out at Lilu to go find Stupid. Yeah, but the thing is, like, a lot of pedigrees now are so inbred, they're not worth buying, they're really not. As an animal, you know, they ruined them. I mean, you look at, like, bulldogs and things like that. Even Alsatians, German Shepherds used to be amazing dogs, and like, the working dogs still are. But they're not pedigree. The pedigree version, the back end, the legs are, like, stunted on the back end, and they're... God, they got all kinds of problems. Hip dysplasia and God knows. It's kind of nuts, really. Whereas the collie we've got came straight from a working farm, is as sharp as a knife. It's, you know, there's nothing wrong with him. And he is so clever. Cat got to Keeper Yumihimi. Welcome to the stream. Were you lurking? Has you been lurking for a while? People do, I find. Yeah. I mean, I like both. You know, wouldn't be mean to a cat or something like that, you know. And you just, I kind of prefer, you know, whatever. I just prefer dogs. Lurking is lurking spanking spiders. What? But I got to say, if I could get any animal I wanted as a pet, I would say a possum. They're so damn cute when they scream on they own... what? A possum? No. Possums are for the pot, son. Possums are eaten. I'm lurking, spanking spiders. Oh, your flatmate's not happy with you. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? I'm never never had much experience with possums. We don't really have any in the UK. No shiver. Oh, shiver spiders in... Right, are you doing all the Eli quests? That's lots of XP doing the Eli quests. I usually like doing them around 90-ish. Because the mobs are damn sight easier. And then I stack them as well, so I grab all of them and then go to one area and do a bit of each quest in that area from different quests. You know, that kind of deal. It's kind of nuts. Right, ICC to hand in the Freelancers Inc. Probably too late to start Dio for me. Right, Mr. Ralph. Yay. I think I've got Dio anyway. Yeah, I've got Dust It Off. Yeah, he's in his Dust It Off spot. Yeah, it is. It's Dio week. So tomorrow, hopefully, get Dio done on stream. That'll be cool. Get a group from chat together and get a bit done there. Have a look at the research. It's slowly dwindling. It's going down bit by bit. Roll Ascent. So we just got add all off for 20. Then we get Fast Attack. And then we get Biomet for 60. Nice. Right, okie dokie. I think we can probably leave it there for tonight, and then there's always tomorrow night, everyone, so we will be doing that. Let's check Twitch and see if anybody else is streaming Anarchy online. Twitch always tells me I am. Like, I know that. Gutboy TV, old game, older man learns how to be good. NTAE nukes with lots of death. Come watch me be merry. And somebody playing a completely different game, but it still lists it. Gutboy TV. He's playing music. Yeah, sure, why not? He's definitely playing Anarchy online. That's the main thing. Right, we go raid him, and I will see you all for tomorrow's raid. Tomorrow's stream. We'll try and get Dio done. I think that'll be a good deal. If we can, we will. So all aboard. Go say hi to the other guy with the kind of yellowy green face thing on his channel. Anyway, very cool. So we'll go send him. Thank you all for coming along. I will see you tomorrow, and like I say, try and do something then. Okay, folks, bye for now.